This is your garden?
Yep.
People who live in Jake McKinney's neighborhood in Talbot are concerned about him and about his wife Evelyn, who we see here walking with two canes. Their neighbor James Boland called 6 on Your Side.
Well, she needs help, she does, and both of them needs help.
Living conditions at the couple's home are bad. Their 3-acre piece of property is filled with vehicles. Many of them don't run. There's also no running water or septic tank in the property. We talked with Evelyn about that.
Where do you go to the bathroom when you're out here?
In the woods, away from people where they won't see you.
Is that because you have no bathroom in the camper, no septic?
There's a bathroom in it, but it takes money to hook it up.
Jake, who is 78 years old, says he and Evelyn have lived here for 18 years, but recently hit hard times. Their only shelter is this camper, but he says it leaks, so in the summer they live and sleep outside.
You stay here under this tree most of the time?
Most of the time.
When it's warm, you can stay here?
Yeah.
When it's
cold, I have to go in one of them trucks or summer sit down.
You go into a truck when it's cold?
Yeah.
Their neighbor says he contacted Jefferson County in May about the couple's well-being.
The health department, that man come out here. He was out here 5 minutes, never did get out of the vehicle.
A police report was filed, but in 6 weeks, little had changed for the couple when we visited.
They ain't been out here yet.
How are you doing?
I ain't doing so good.
What's wrong, honey?
My legs, everything hurts.
Evelyn says the pain starts in her foot and shoots all the way up her leg. She's seen no doctor recently, yet the sheriff's report urged someone to visit the 62-year-old.
Has Adult Protective Services come out here at all in the last few weeks?
No.
They have not?
No.
How did it get so messy in your yard?
We full of recycling stuff to live.
You recycle stuff to live?
Yeah.
Jake says he hasn't sold much junk recently. He gets by with a meager Social Security disability check. Evelyn says she receives Social Security disability, but their 2 checks don't go very far. Alarming is the electrical hookup you see here in this pole. From the outlet, drop cords are connected to outdoor lights, to appliances like this refrigerator, hooked up outdoors. Jake admits he's been meaning to clean up the place, says he'd like to have water and septic, but doesn't have enough money to pay for it.
Yeah, I worked on my life. This little rock fall here is all I got to show for it.
Would you like someone to come out here and maybe help?
Yeah, if somebody could help, I would.
What sort of help would you like?
Like from the help with anything they could help with.
When we first walked down this derelict, lonely road in June, looking for a couple who had been reported to us in desperate need of help, we didn't realize how desperate. While they owned the property here, several acres, they were living on the edge of society and might as well have been homeless. Now, they don't have to worry about that anymore.
Wow.
Here's Jake McKinney walking inside his finished home for the first time.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Yeah, looking right.
It's been years since Jake and his wife have had a real roof over their heads. Although it's small, their new house has been a labor of love by a lot of volunteers.
That's good.
Jake was shown a bed and furnishings donated by strangers who had heard about his plight.
Got your refrigerator?
Yeah.
Pastor Glenn Dawkins from Captive Free Ministries in Talbot spearheaded the drive to bring hope to the couple who 6 months ago were helpless. In Jake's home is a bathroom with all the conveniences, a hot water heater installed and purchased by a local plumber, a washer and dryer bought through donations, a kitchen table and chairs purchased by a family in Johnson City. There's a front porch on the 16 by 20 structure, even a back porch. Back in June when we first met, did you ever think this would happen?
No, it's better than what I thought.
I can't thank everybody enough for everybody that's came and helped.
Pastor Dawkins says about 25 people have assisted in the project.
It's all about Jake and Evelyn. Doesn't have anything to do with what we do. We done it out of love, as you said. Out of love is what we done.
We'll see if we can't get you some help soon, okay?
Okay, thank you.
It was Ashton Smith who first contacted 6 on Your Side and spoke to Evelyn, while her father explained to Jake the overall plan. In June, when we met the McKinneys, their kitchen was under a tree. Their shelter was a leaky camper that had no bathroom. They powered everything with an extension cord. Evelyn said there was no place to bathe, and she'd welcome help if someone offered it. Within a few weeks, their property was cleared of debris. The plan by the church was underway.
We have a guy already willing to do the septic system for us. We are also going to build a small house for them.
Come on.
That small house is finished now. Evelyn's first look inside went beyond her expectations.
It's pretty in here.
From donations, the church has established a fund that will help pay the couple's utility bills. Still, there's more work to be done outside.
We're bringing in 5 loads of backfill dirt to be able to level everything out and smooth everything over. And then we're going to put some topsoil, 2 loads of topsoil on everything so we can get us some good grass growing. Are you happy? It's yours. Don't belong to nobody else. It belongs to you.
For Jake, tears expresses gratitude. There's now promise of a better life. The church will continue its promise of watching over their welfare. Yes, their new home is blessed. Don Dare, WATE, 6 on your side.
Well, I'm missing a chair that belongs in this spot.
Phyllis Gitschlag was fed up with multiple delays when we met her at the end of March inside the sunroom at her home. She had ordered high-end fabric for this sofa to be reupholstered. It had been faded by the sun. She had left 25 yards of the new fabric, the color of this armrest, with the upholstery repairman. And in this empty space had been a matching chair to the sofa, dropped off in January to be reupholstered.
The 3rd week in January, I took it to old-fashioned upholstery.
She had been told the job would be finished in about 3 weeks. There is a welcome sign on the door at Old Fashioned Upholstery in Knoxville, but there's no welcoming mat inside the business on North Central. It's closed.
He did tell me he was going to be moving, relocating, and he hoped to have my chair finished before the move. Yes, I texted Ron.
Mrs. Gitschlag showed us 2 months of text messages sent to Ron Lovick, the owner of Old Fashioned Upholstery.
I then asking him if he had my chair, when could I pick it up, and he said he would let me know when he retrieved my chair from the storage. So it sounds to me like he hadn't even started my chair.
Phyllis said at the time she wondered if she would ever see the chair and fabric. The few messages from Lovick were filled with excuses.
I've been sick ever since I got back from out of town, and I never hear from him again. I haven't heard anything back.
Were there others affected when Old Fashioned Upholstery closed? Store owner Teresa Griffin has heard from some of Lovick's customers.
They have come in here and asked me what happened to the business next door, and I said, all I know is they moved out.
About how many people would you say have come by?
At least 7, 8.
Mrs. Gitschlag learned that her chair may be at this furniture repair shop in Blount County. Owner Steve Bessler said in February he arranged for Ron Lovick to share space in Bessler's warehouse.
And he never moves in?
He does not.
And he doesn't explain to you why not?
No.
And have you been able to see him?
No, I was expecting him just a few days ago, and he did not show up.
Hi, Ron. This is Don Dare.
We called Lovick and left a message 10 days ago asking when he planned to deliver the chair and expensive fabric. 4 days later, he agreed to meet Mrs. Gitschlag at a church parking lot in Knoxville.
Hey, Ron, how's it going?
With a hidden camera, we watched the transaction.
Oh.
New padding on the arms.
Oh, wow, it looks awesome.
Eyeing the chair, Phyllis liked it and thanked him. Lovick apologized, saying he had expected some grief because of all the time he had taken after moving. He told Mrs. Gitschlag her chair was the first he had finished, that he had some big commercial jobs in the works now that he was officially back in business. Then we had our chance to talk with him.
Hi, Ron. Don Dare from Channel 6. Do you know when other customers will be getting their furniture and their fabric?
Here in the next few weeks.
What's been the holdup?
Moving.
Yeah. But you've had her stuff for quite a while.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Beverly.
As I named another customer who called us saying she didn't have her furniture either, Lovick didn't want to hear it.
It didn't have to be this way. All he had to do was to communicate and just explain to everyone, you know, I'm moving.
As Lovick raced away, you wonder how many other customers are waiting on him. With her chair safely in the trunk, Phyllis is pleased to have the fabric back as well.
When you have a lot of money and furniture and fabric, you don't want to lose it. I sure didn't.
Open Door Investment Club began in 1998 when a few friends in Knoxville pooled their money together to trade stocks in what's called day trading.
At first, yearly returns were strong. There would be several name changes over the years, but the president and treasurer remained the same. David and Lillian Robertson joined Open Door Investment in 2005. Their investiture, more than $140,000, put aside for their grandchildren's education. David even encouraged his late mother to deposit her savings into the club. Records show this man, Roger Williams, was the president and treasurer of Open Door Investments.
Roger Williams handles all administrative matters personally.
The Robertsons trusted Williams, but never met him. However, when this notice arrived 3 years ago issuing a moratorium and canceling distributions, they started worrying.
I like to know if he's got any money or what he's got it invested in, and I just like to know if there's any chance of getting it back.
This is the last statement the couple received, March 2011. That's about the time when David tried to close out his late mother's $10,000 account to cover her hospital bills. Williams sent this schedule of 12 disbursement payments. The Robertsons would only receive 2 checks amounting to $2,000.
We messed up royally now, I feel like.
When David asked Roger Williams to transfer his $140,000 investment to a Northwestern mutual fund last year, 2 checks were sent for a total of $550.
I don't know if he just lost our money or what he's done.
How you feeling, Diana? What's going on?
Scott Parsons' dealings with Roger Williams are similar. The Knoxville chiropractor says he had never met Williams, despite numerous requests to discuss his investments. Have you tried to withdraw any money?
Yes, and promises made.
And promises broken. I can't send the full $500. When this handwritten note was sent by Williams to Dr. Parson, he suspected his investment of 12 years was falling apart.
Come clean. Where is it at? Where does it stand? Is it real? Is the money gone? Is it there?
We looked over financial records for David Robertson and Scott Parson. 2011, new opportunities boosted our gains. 2009, crazy year, 15% growth. Among the financial reports are no charts, no tables showing how the investments produce returns. Bylaws, however, state that Dash Holdings is the custodial company for the administration of self-directed IRA assets. 6 News asked David Lewis, one of Knoxville's leading financial advisors, to examine the reports sent to club investors. His analysis is summed up in one word: troubling.
We need to be able to understand a clear way that the investment would make money. It basically said, we're going to make a lot of money for you, but we've not told you how.
Williams had his investment company office in this Shelbyville, Kentucky home. He moved several years ago when he opened a barter business franchise with Trade Bank in Louisville and became a franchise owner. In Gatlinburg, we found Williams at a church where he's been the minister since 2005. After the service, he agreed to an interview.
Their money has been invested in a company called Trade Bank.
Trade Bank. Williams blamed the collapse of Open Door Investment on Trade Bank. With the cancellation of the franchise in late 2011, he said all tangible assets were lost, despite his efforts to recoup the investments.
Trade Bank has basically gone out of business now, or going out of business.
Is their money safe?
No, it's, as far as Trade Bank is concerned, their investment in Trade Bank is pretty much gone.
Why?
Because they've lost their operations. They've not been able to keep things going.
Here's the Robertsons' request for conversion. This was written last year. They'd like to have all of their money transferred to Northwestern Mutual.
Okay. There is no money to transfer to Northwestern Mutual.
From his office in Atlanta, Georgia, we talked by Skype with John Davis, the president of Trade Bank International. Mr. Williams said Trade Bank is going out of business. Is that true?
Absolutely not. We've been in business for 27 years. We're definitely not going out of business.
Mr. Davis says he terminated Williams' franchise agreement because of the way he handled clients. We showed David Robertson our interview with Roger Williams.
I like to see his records and see what exactly he has done and how much money he's got.
Getting answers to those questions is up to state and federal investigators. Williams investors told us they have contacted the SEC and Tennessee Securities Office concerning alleged irregularities.